Hello everybody, Princess DeVera here. We're back at Port Orleans Riverside for
Boatwright, and I brought my trusty Tiana duty out because, this is an appropriate time to celebrate New Orleans.
She's been waiting for almost 2 years to find a reason to wear that purse out to a restaurant.
I mean, Boatwright's is an appropriate place, and we didn't like it before, but we'll see how it is with the reopen.
Everybody give the princess applause in the comments, but until then, we're gonna go inside and eat.
How about we like the video for reopening day at Boatwright's? Round of applause.
That too.
Be sure to eat plants.
You heard the girl. We have a delicious paddle of cornbread. Unfortunately for the princess, it's not plant-based. And that breaks your heart. But the princess makes a mean plant-based cornbread at home. I'm sure probably a little bit better than this. So we have butter, and I believe this is honey. At first glance, I almost thought this was a container of like oil, but it's legit. It's butter. It looks to be, it's a little taste. Yeah, it's butter with like straight honey on top. Interesting presentation. Take a little bit here. Spread it across the cornbread so I don't die. The honey butter is excellent. I would need to know how they shaped this. The cornbread that I had needs the butter because it is dry. I like the crust on it, but the interior is just not moist. On its own, it's a 2 out of 5 claws. With the butter, that's a 2.5. Just barely saves it, not by much. It's straw.
You have a straw?
Louder. Now I can see why Anakin hated sand.
Look at how fancy I am. I have a cornbread. I don't have earth balance, but I have a cornbread, and I appreciate said cornbread very much. It reminds me of Whispering Canyon, which makes me excited. It also looks a little sugary, just based on sugary and a little overfloured based on just the way the bread looks. It's flaky. It is a little doughy. It tastes a little undercooked, but I actually prefer my cornbread that way. I like it a lot. It doesn't taste vegan, which I'm happy for. It actually tastes very similar to my own cornbread. I would give it 4 out of 5 cornbreads.
I think they have microphones in these tables. Not the one we brought. I think they heard me say there's no vegan cornbread. And they pop out with this delightful little surprise. A little wedge of plant-based cornbread. I have hopes for this one. It's been done. Not as flavorful as a non-plant-based cornbread. Just a little bit gritty. The flavor is not there. It is, however, not dry. Ooh. That's a hard one. If it had just been cooked a little bit longer, 2 out of 5 plus. As a testament to how slightly overcooked this was, out of curiosity, I just cut a piece out of the center. That's cornbread. Nice and moist. Taco crust. That is a 3.5 out of 5 claws. This is their first night open, so I'll give them a pass.
I think it was fitting that Bear got a flight of bourbon.
I should really get more bourbon flights. The princess is always recommending it, and I'm always like, no. But I couldn't resist a bourbon flight. Given that I actually hadn't tried some of these, as bourbon is a hobby that I like, but seldom can afford. So here we have the Angel's Envy straight bourbon. Some nice notes to it. A little burn in front of the mouth. It still goes down pretty smooth. Nice heat to it. Oh, woody. I like that one. 2.5 out of 5 claws. Not my favorite though.
Be very familiar Buffalo Trace. Smells a lot stronger. I'll put some hair in your chest. That's a 2 out of 5 whiskeys. That's way too strong for me.
Then we have the Buffalo Barrel Kentucky Straight, which I've had tons of times, but gotta have one that you're familiar with, right? That familiar complexity of Buffalo Trace. That's one I can sit and sip on a cold night next to a fire or something like that. If I had a fireplace, and we don't. Because you know it's Florida and it rarely gets cold. But I like Buffalo Trace. That's a solid 3 out of 5 claws.
This Larceny smells even stronger. I feel like this one has more like a berry tone to it, or like a cherry. But oof, most rubbing alcohol of them all. 1.5 out of 5 whiskeys. They're all way too strong for me. And then what is this last one? Like water? Palate cleanser. Hydrate yourselves, people. Cheers.
Then we have this Larceny Kentucky Straight, which I've never had. Love these whiskey glasses. I need a set of these. Little palate cleanse. Ooh. I actually quite like that. It's less complex than the Buffalo Trace, but just the way that it goes down. I like the character of it. 3.5 out of 5 claws. I was not expecting to be my favorite. The Larceny is my favorite, followed by Buffalo Trace, and then Angel's Envy at the end. I thought Angel's Envy was going to be my favorite, given the name, but apparently Larceny, for some reason. I don't think there's any hidden meaning behind that at all. All in all, it's a fun bourbon flight.
Here we are, opening day. I ordered a mule. This isn't a mule, just so you know. They were out of mule. Curious what ingredient they were out of, but that's fine. This is a whiskey and ginger ale, because, you know, I kind of went to my go-to. Not sure if it's a single or double. Was not asked for the option. It's sus. I don't know, this straw's like a boba straw. I should just sip it. Actually tastes a little strong. You could use a lime. I would give it 2.5 out of 5. Whiskeys and gingers. It's not my favorite of my favorite drink.
I get that some of the table service restaurants are basically just like quick service at the table, but I feel like, especially restaurants that are as well themed as Boatwright is, deserves at least one of its own signature cocktails themed. The bourbon flight's a nice touch, but an actual cocktail. Or it's on select beer, one of the two. Nothing wrong with whiskey and ginger. It's a bit watered down. Not enough ginger. But all in all, it's a drink. And it's probably better than, say, like a Magical Star cocktail, which is like on every menu on every resort in Disney World. I'm gonna give it 2.5 out of 5 plus.
This is the Amelia salad with romaine heart and rainbow carrots, watermelon radish, roasted tomatoes, black-eyed peas, and an avocado-tarragon dressing. There's a lot of things in this salad, so I'm going to try to get as much of it as possible. Get a leaf. Look how huge these leaves are. I'm chopping this. I can't fit all this in my mouth. A piece of the carrot, a tomato, a leaf. I got some dressing. I probably can't fit some of this radish, but it looks beautiful. Cheers. The dressing is a really interesting flavor. I like it a lot. The avocado kind of just helps it along. It makes it taste a little more herby. The lettuce is alright. I would say that I actually personally like the salad at the Grand Floridian a little bit better than this one. 3 out of 5 salads. This one, mediocre tosses my salad.
I was worried about this as an appetizer, but I think the size of it does warrant sharing for at least 2 people, maybe 3. But you got a nice selection of things, and it's again one of all sorts of sizes of cuts of salad. I think it needs more carrots. Maybe less of this humongous looking radish over here. You got like the ends of the lettuce and like the hard ends. Maybe a little bit of that. Try to get a little bit of the radish here, some carrots. I'm not going to steal the princess tomatoes. This thing is a knife full, or a fork full. The pieces are just too big. I find it interesting that it's lightly peppered, which actually does help the salad a lot. As far as an appetizer salad, I think it's decent, but it's not amazing. I wouldn't remember this salad for anything. Technically, it's plant-based for the basics of being a salad, but it didn't wow me like I would expect it to. 2.5 out of 5 plus.
The more I ate the salad, the more I really enjoyed the sauces that were put into it. It was very, very delicious, and Bear and I just like inhaled it. Say hello to the plant-based jambalaya with spicy tomato rice, mushroom, peppers, onions, and garlic. I will tell you we have used Boatwright's recipe and made our own at home. I'll put a link to that in the description box down below so you can make this at home too, probably better than this. I will say this does look a lot better than the last time that we came here and had the vegan jambalaya. Maybe it's improved upon the reopen. Cheers to Port Orleans. It's a lot more palatable than it was the last time that we came here. The rice isn't overcooked or anything. The last time that we had vegan jambalaya outside of cooking it at home was at Pat O'Brien's. I would say that this jambalaya is better than Pat O'Brien's. The drinks here are not better, but the vegan jambalaya is definitely better. I'm sure Bear will agree with me because there's no okra in this one, and there was at Pat O'Brien's. I'm going to give this dish a 4 out of 5 Noahs, which is extremely high considering my expectation. I was expecting it to just bomb. But, yeah, it's actually really good. I'm here for it. Maybe. I'll take it home and I'll eat it for lunch tomorrow.
Princess is screaming with the okra comment, and now I'm immediately distrusting of any plant-based jambalaya that I see. The menu says there's no okra in here, so I guess I have no choice but to trust them. What do you have over here? There's eggplant on top? Zucchini? Interesting. Got some green onions, some different sort of veggies in here. It is without all meat, all plant-based. I gotta worry about that, but let's see if the flavor keeps up with the name. Spices feel authentic. It's got a little kick to it. Seasoning's good. Rice is good. Nice tomato base, not being overpowering. I think I approve. Oddly enough. We've had some bad experiences here before we open, but I feel like they're back on their game. I would say this is a solid plant-based jambalaya, and as it is, 3.5 out of 5 stars. I'm impressed. I got 2. So I was this close, literally this close, to getting the salmon here, like a blackened salmon, or they have like an all-you-can-enjoy plate. Far too much sausage and other things on it for me. It's not like a good deal, but I haven't had shrimp and grits in a while, and it's been a long time since on this channel we've had a challenger to my favorite shrimp and rental properties at Narcoossee's. So you have this collectible creamy shrimp and grits. I'm used to like a little bit of sausage is swimming in the sauce. It reminds me of like Pat O'Brien's shrimp and grits and sort of like the display. You got some pieces of andouille sausage in here. You got some nice big juicy pieces of shrimp. For something this creamy looking, I'm thinking 2 magic pills. I happen to have only 2. How perfect. I promise I'm going with a blank slate. Let's go get a knife. Put some more bite-sized pieces. Let's trim the sausage a bit. The grits are nice and thick. They've been keeping definitely the cheesy sauce out. Mix it all together. Get some peppers. Get some of those chives on here. Just one big old creamy bite. Wow. Temperature-wise, it's scalding.
Feel the heat.
I literally just burned my tongue Hades style.
Feel the heat.
Don't be like me, kids. Blow your food. That shrimp with the andouille sausage is heavenly. The nice grits, well cooked, all the way through. Sausage is like got a bit of char, but it's still juicy. The shrimp is good. When they advertise this as like a spicy, like creamy shrimp and grits, maybe like a 1 out of 5 on the spice scale. I feel like a mild tingle on the front of my tongue, but literally no other spice other than that. Being what it is, it's tasty. I like it. However, it's not as mind-blowing as Narcoossee was. But as it is, I'll give it 3 out of 5 plus. Slightly above average.
As is tradition, I suppose, when I don't have the opportunity to get a mule, a Mai Tai. Let's see how pineapple it is. Ooh, it's extremely tropical tasting. A little more on the syrupy side than the typical Mai Tai. 2 out of 5 Mai Tais. Not my jam.
Princess and her Mai Tais will never be separated. I think she just likes this shaped glass. If you give her a drink in this shaped glass, she's probably going to drink it. Tastes like syrup mixed with ice. Not my jam. 1.5 out of 5 Bols. Boatwright is a pleasant surprise.
Better than last time, but also not like something you should go out of your way for.
I think if you're here, it's a decent enough eatery. I still think a better eatery is on property, but an improvement is an improvement, and I'm giving credit where credit's due.
I would say go to Sasagula instead, and then also while you're on the way, while you're at French Quarter, go get you some beignets.
Beignets for everybody. So I want to know, what do you guys think of Boatwrights? Have you been here? Have you made plans to come here? If this video convinced you to go there one way or the other, let us know in the comments. That's the only place to find us. Hit that notification bell if you want to see other videos like this, and
we have new videos 5 days a week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
We will see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe.
You heard the girl.
And if you don't comment about Boatwright's NOLA beignets, I feel like Bear should be grounded from ever going to NOLA again until this video gets at least 100 likes and a decent discussion in the comments. And if you have a television and you are watching this right now, you might not be able to comment, but you can still like this video on your television. So go like the video.
You heard the girl.
How you doing?